You are live. Oh, we're live. We're live, and TGB is still posting on Twitter. All right, hold on. Oh, it's my first. Already? I'm not, because I clicked out of it because I am not an arrogant prick, and I don't think that I can't hear you. You have an earphone in. What the fuck? Or not an earphone, a headphone. All right, so obviously I'm a new streamer. Yeah, I'm Adam Tull, I'm told now. No longer Tizzle since we've officially. What do you mean you're muted? I can hear you talking. Oh, I know why.
I too was once a new streamer that made this mistake.
All right, now it should be fixed. I think. Talk.
I
Talk.
also
Got it.
I also was a new streamer once and accidentally muted my interview guests. But fortunately
Cannot hear the TheGoldenBlazer. Okay, I think we have now fixed it. It doesn't matter. No one wanted to hear you fucking talk anyway.
Oh, nope. It sounds like you still can't hear me. That's what Joy Carter said.
Really? It says my audio, desktop audio is now coming or showing.
There is a like.
Now I hear him. There we go. There's got to be a delay,
Okay,
even though it's.
Yeah, there's a little delay.
But I'm not on delay.
You're good now.
Oh, there he goes. All right, I'm gonna pause the preview too. So anyway, no longer Tizzle. This is now Truth Be Told.
Truth be told. With Adam Tull.
Yes, truth be told, there are gonna be some interviews. I'm obviously going to be producing some sort of content at some relative frequency, I think, but I do want to interview people. We're going to get into, interviewing at least future A-list celebrities. I'm not high enough status.
Future D-list. Future
Okay.
D-list.
Future
Maybe
pub.
at some point I will have two people that listen to me.
He's a future Pauly Shore, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, by the way, I saw that dude play a comedy club, and it was the worst stand-up comedy I've ever seen in my life. This is like 3 or 4. Kelly is shouting from the kitchen. It was the worst, but it really was. All right. So anyway, I have to somehow, next to my content, whether it be part of my content or a whole like separate playlist, I want to interview people, because most of my jokes or most where I think I'm funny is in front of people, because I gotta like show off or whatever. It's that egotistical piece of my brain. Yeah. So I thought we would start with you, since I know you real well. You won't be nervous because
Well, it's also quite like
it's like old times.
Well, it's not even like old times. I mean, it is, but it's like a circle, right? Because when I just because you were, I mean, like big time for you, back in your day when you were the first global streamer, you were the trailblazer. Yeah, you had like probably 12 views. You had probably 12 people watching. At your peak, and so now that you're like re-inspired and restarting this thing, it's like, yes, now you have to come. Like I now have to give to you what you gave to me.
Yes,
right?
yes. Because I remember when I got exposure, it was because of you.
Right, that's correct.
All 8 of your YouTube subscribers at the time really put me on the map. Thanks for that.
Yeah, that if I recall correctly, your viewership nearly tripled after coming on. I didn't have a name. It wasn't
true.
Blazer, but it wasn't like a show. It was just like we're just here we go.
It literally looked like a 5-year-old had went into MS Paint and wrote in TheGoldenBlazer.
That is exactly, yes, that is correct.
And the video quality was like the shittiest laptop camera you could find.
Also correct, yes. The audio was terrible. It was very bad.
But if you go,
that was even early, even the early streams are better than that was. Oof. Anyway.
No, but and I mean, and I had that huge headset on with the microphone, and it was and I couldn't figure out how to get the dick out of my mouth, so it was either muffled or you couldn't hear me at all. I would be really bad at sucking dick because I would just never know what to do with something in my face. There you
go. Truth be told,
truth be told, no pun there. All right. So anyway, I had a few questions. Just to get you on here. Like, we'll stop
Yeah.
joking eventually. Probably not, but
Probably not.
but
It's gonna be you're gonna ask a question. I'm just gonna laugh at you and
but
be like, this is your first interview. This is what you came up
oh
with.
my god, are you serious? It's off the cuff, as we like to say. All right,
Yeah.
you're a D-list celebrity. Keep it quiet over there. Future D-list celebrity. Sorry.
Future
All right,
dealer.
so I like we have kind of been out of touch though. I think we did
Yeah.
the commentary for was it the GOAT
Tournament
game or the
champions.
GOAT series or tournament champions for the GOAT series. So like it's been hard actually staying in touch with all of you, but I try to stay in touch. And then I hadn't seen you post on the poker forum in quite some time, so
It's true.
and then I read, and it was the David Moses S post. Like I almost didn't read it because whenever it says see more, like my brain
Too
just
much.
can't get
Too
past
much.
that shit. So
Can't do it.
automatically I just want to go to Facebook and be like TLDR. Like I can't. But since it was you, and I respect your opinion, I respect what you have to say in the poker community. I took a read, and I'd also been following. I tune into your stream from time to time. It's just, even though I'm not playing poker really right now, I still, like to follow, see what you're up to and stuff like that. So I saw that you had expanded, to all the sites, and I was like, what? This dude has always been like just the global shill, as everyone would always call me or you. So I was just wondering, like, what made you first decide to go from global and then spread your action across everywhere. And
Yeah. So, I mean, there was a setup kind of with Global where they would do the marble race at the end of the streams, for like, and I'd give away $42, and that was really cool, and people in the community loved that, and the whole thing. And then I was talking with Ida Hoagie from Play USA, and he was like, "Hey, you should come join, stream on Play USA. We're looking for a streamer, et cetera, et cetera." And we do giveaways on here and the whole thing. And I was like, cool. And so then I asked Global, and they were like, well, you can't do both. Like, you can't do the giveaways on your stuff and then the
Right.
giveaway, like you get one giveaway. So obviously that like my long-term kind of, I mean, I don't know actually if you know this, but like a lot of people probably know that like I like really, really am really hopeful that I'll like get Thirst Lounge, and like there's this whole thing about what that looks like, and there's a lot obviously that I'm like thinking about in the direction that I want my life to go.
Yep.
And so one thing, if I think about like what qualities someone would need, I've never been part of a stream team. Like it's always just been me. It's always just been me doing my thing. TheGoldenBlazer, what that looks like. I'm 100% in charge. I'm making my own decisions. And so getting to join a stream team where I've got 3 other guys that are we're working together and we're figuring stuff out, and not even obviously just like studying poker or like doing whatever, but just like talking about different things for streams and different ideas for giveaways, and like it brings a whole different dynamic when you're working with 3 other people than when you're just streaming by yourself.
Yeah.
And so having the opportunity to do that is really valuable. And so since I took that opportunity, it allowed me to open up my stream to stream anything I want, which is really fun because now it's like it's every site, and I'm playing against like every streamer that I know, and I'm just like after it and doing what I need to do. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense. What made you think though that you would start just like I saw also in the post that you were just like, well, now I'm playing like 5x times the buy-ins that I was playing before. I mean, I'm not asking you to reveal your bankroll number or anything, but obviously that decision was based on, I know you're a fucking nit, so I know that you weren't just like, hey, load it up, let's refire everything and shit like that. I was just, I was wondering if, what factors went into that. Were you thinking about, maybe stopping the teaching shit, going live, like trying to feel like, or trying to set yourself up to feel, or how it would feel to, play full time? Like, is that what you're like?
I mean, there's certainly an element of that, and like one thing that I never really think that I like recognized, because obviously the global big tournaments are freeze outs, so you got like the tussle, the throttle, the scrimmage, the teaser, those are all freeze outs. You throw your $109, you throw your 218, like whatever, like here you go. Yeah. And the 10K, $30 rebuy, like even if I full bought in for that for 120, like it was never a big deal. But then I jump on Iggy and I'm playing 109 rebuys, and next thing you know, I'm in for 3, 4, 5 bullets, and I'm looking at my bankroll like, holy cow! Like I just took a massive chunk out. And I mean, massive chunk like relative, right? But like when
I mean,
never
massive chunk to me means at least 5%.
I well when
Don't say. We'll figure it out. Chat will do the math. Go ahead.
I mean, I was my bankroll is much bigger than a 109. Like
Right. Okay.
like I'm very overrolled for 109, right? But anyway, so when
Baller.
when I'm sitting there, right, and I'm like firing these 109s, and I'm firing rebuys into the 109s, and I've got 2, 3, 4 109s on the screen at one time.
Yep.
Like I've lost over $1,000 in a day before. I've never lost $1,000 back-to-back days, and I've certainly never lost $1,000 3 straight days.
Wait, you've never lost $1,000 before, like in a day?
In one day I have, yeah, but not like back. Like I've never lost $1,000, and then the next day I turn around and I lose another $1,000, and then the next day I turn around and I lose another $1,000, and like I was not ready. Like I'm not in a mental space where like I'm like I couldn't handle that, and I didn't recognize that I couldn't handle that until it happened, because obviously like I knew like okay, look, theoretically I understand bankroll management,
right?
I understand like how all this stuff works, like I can conceptualize the way that works.
Yeah.
I did not realize that being down 3K over the course of 3 days would like actually like, because I've always been like, oh, like you're playing the poker, the money will work itself out, whole thing. And like I very much believe that, and I still believe that.
Right.
One thing that I'm very sure of, and I know this has always been the case, is and I'm sure you can vouch for this too, although I don't think that you've ever, I knowing your personality, I don't really think this is a thought you've ever had. When anytime, because it happens reasonably infrequently, but it does happen. Anytime that I'm at a poker table, whether it's a live poker table or whether it's online, and I start caring about the money, I immediately play worse.
Yeah, it's time to leave.
Play worse. And this is why I don't really like to play cash, because when I play cash and it says $250 in my stack, it says $500 in my stack, it says $1,000 in my stack, and then somebody bets $300 on a river, and I have to call with $300. That's a like I'm now saying I'm putting out $300.
Oh my
when I play
God.
Tournaments, it's just tournament chips, whatever. The money's already there. Like I'm just making the decision.
I hope Chick is listening to this too.
So I mean, like, and I know that like whatever, like $300 is, but like I think in order to go like to a professional level, or in order you have to be able to remove the concept of money from the game of poker.
Yep.
And I thought I could do that, and what I learned is that I wasn't ready for that yet.
I mean, the fact that you realize that though is pretty amazing, and I think that's kind of what your post was saying in not that detailed of a way.
Yeah.
I think the most I've lost in consecutive days is like $7,000, but also that was backer money, so completely different. So you're able to disassociate. You're able to disassociate the money thing you talk about, and it's just money, and at the time it's just chips. Like you're able to make that disassociation because it's not your money. I mean, it is your money, but theoretically it is your money, but in reality you're able to like block that shit out, because when I was backed, I was gambling like $1,200 a day, all in tournaments. So I've had, I mean, I think the most I've ever been down was like $10K at one point in a month, which is an insane amount of number to me, and to someone like you. I assume that $10K is a considerable amount of money. You were saying you were balling over there, but I mean this is what separates like the 1% from the 0.01%, or even the 10% from the 1%, because like in that forum, you see a lot of people complaining about $200, and those are literally, they're not even at square one to try to disassociate the money from the game. It's money from emotion is basically what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So did you? So after the third day of losing, were you just like, fuck? Did you like take a step back, take a day off? And
No, I kept grinding. I kept because that was right. Because like I mean that's always been my mentality. Is like all right, like and like I can pull up my poker tracker and like my play isn't bad.
Right.
Like I'm making mistakes in spots, and that was another thing is like I'm reviewing hands. I've got about 15, 16, 17K hands now in poker tracker over the course of 3 weeks. And
Yep.
now I can sit here and I can analyze that. And I'm sitting there, I'm analyzing this, on off days, and I'm like, okay, like I'm making mistakes in spots, and now I can actually go and I can look and I can say, okay, like what's my river call efficiency? What's my big blind percentage defense from the big blind? Like when, am I over defending? Am I under defending? What does that look like? Am I under opening from the button? Am I under 3-betting from the button? And I can look and I can like 30 blinds and higher. Tizzle, you're going to laugh your ass off. 30 blinds and higher. I was 3-betting 4.8%.
Oh my
like a
God.
damn nit, which I knew.
Biggest nit on
I'm well aware I'm a nit. Like I've gotten made fun of on stream, like, TGB has no 3-bet bluff frequency. Like, his 3-bet bluffs are like non-existent. And I'm like, whatever, that's fine because it's more global. And so as soon as I get 20 blinds or less, like my 3-bet frequencies are fine. My there's not really even a 4-bet frequency at 20 blinds and less.
Right.
But then I start playing 30 blinds deep, and now I'm gonna have to start firing some 3-bet bluffs. My
for sure.
suiteds, my ace-5 suiteds, my 6-5 suiteds, my like I'm gonna have to start firing some 3-bet bluffs. And like I knew that from a conceptual standpoint, but I was just so used to whatever. Like I don't need to open this because, or I don't need to 3-bet this because, when you're playing on global, the stacks get shallow so quick that whatever. If I'm missing a marginally profitable 3-bet bluff with 6-5 suited at like 30, 60 blinds or whatever in in a 2K stack, it doesn't matter that much. That's not when the tournament gets decided. But now I'm playing on an ACR. I'm 2 from final 2 tables with 13K up top on ACR, and now we're playing 30 blind effective ball. And now I've got there's 13 people left, and 12 of them are professionals, and then there's me. And if I'm not 3-betting at appropriate frequencies, I'm just punting the money. It's just these 12
It's a different game. It's a different game.
It is. And so
I like how you hold on. I like how you
Good.
called 12 professionals and then you. So
Right.
So you can finish your statement, but then I have a question about that.
Sure. Yeah. So I mean, so I'm dead money in that. Like I'm now the 13th best player, and anytime you're the worst player at the table, you're gonna lose your money. And so now but it's good though, because now I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, like I have a list of things to work on. Because when I was sitting there on global and I was playing 20, 25 blind effective stacks at most, I wasn't making mistakes because there weren't mistakes to make.
Yeah, I get that. And I think I understand because it's way less, or it's way easier to make the correct play when you have a shove stack, basically. I mean, and since you're a sitting go player, I mean, it's obviously global is almost conducive to sitting go players, and that's another thing that people that complain about, poker and runouts and shit like that. Well, I mean, when you're playing a shove stack, the variance is actually a lot higher than it is normally. So yeah, I remember playing on ACR. That shit was so deep. Oh gosh. All right, I have to remember my follow-up question. Now I don't remember.
It was something about being professional.
Okay. So what would you call yourself? Would you call yourself an amateur, a semi-pro, or a professional, or are you a professional streamer?
So it's actually interesting. So let's see. I would consider myself a good rec. Right? Like I'm a recreational player.
Yep.
But I'm a reasonable recreational player. I'm not going to make, massive errors in spots. But I would say actually I lean more towards a professional streamer. I mean, to be honest, right? If we think about what I care about right now, as far as my priorities are very streaming based. It's very much about the content creation and the fun of it. And I mean, that was the thing, right? Is part of the reason that I was so excited about this is because I was like, all right, I'm going to be playing for 13K up top, and that's going to be exciting, and that's going to be fun. And then it wasn't. And I was like,
And then it probably made for a shitty stream, to be honest, because
right, it was terrible. Like I wasn't having fun, and if I'm not having fun, then no one watching
right.
is gonna be having fun. And so like, what's the point, you know?
Well, I mean,
And so it's like, all right, like let's reset this. Let's get better at deep stack. I can do that in the $10 games. I can do that in $20 games. People's mistakes will just be bigger, which means my mistakes that I make are going to be smaller relative to the field, and I can just clear. Like I can, like it's so funny because I sit here and I sort, right? And if I sort and I go 12 blinds or less, I'm crushing.
yeah, of
I'm
course.
crushing at
It's
12 blinds
fucking
or less
sitting
because that's what
there.
I'm used to, right?
Yeah.
And then people are like, well, TGB, like maybe you should mix some sit and goes because you're so good at sit and goes and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's not the point. Like I know that at a 12 blind stack I can crush. Like that's fine. Like that's not the point. The point is that I'm trying to develop to be a complete player, and I can't develop to be a complete player by relying on sit and goes.
I totally get that. I mean, and you want to spread your action. There's not enough tournaments for Global to facilitate. If you were ever to want to, quit being a teacher and eventually play pro, like you would have to do that. Like you wouldn't be able to just put. There's not enough prize pool. There's the variance is too high just to be playing on one site, and that's probably always been the case, to be honest. If you're gonna make real money playing poker, which I think it's getting harder and harder to make real money playing poker, but if you're gonna decide to do that full time, you're gonna have to play on every site. And so the next question was like, if you want to be a professional streamer, I did watch Doug Polk and Jamie Staples. Anyone that did not watch that, I advise you to totally check that out if you're thinking about streaming, if you're thinking about playing poker full time. They discuss how much bankroll you would need, yada yada yada. So I'm going to ask you the same question that Doug Polk asked Jamie Staples. And do you think it is sustainable to stream like live is it sustainable to stream poker specifically? We're not talking any other content creation. We're just legit talking about streaming poker, because not only is the game of poker always getting harder, but the streaming streets are getting more filled up with idiots, and also when you're playing 10 or 12 tables and trying to commentate all that shit, that has to be in some level affecting your play.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like I no doubt have timed out in spots that like because I was talking or doing whatever, and I've like done that. And then I mean, like certainly, like I know for a fact because I've had like Sean L told me specifically, like he came in the first time he came in to watch my stream was to scout me, was to figure out, all right, where's this guy making mistakes? Like,
this fucking guy.
Like so, like yeah. Where is he making errors? Where can I exploit him, right? And so like first, like, and then of course he told me later, he was like, I stayed because like it was fun and I was having a good time, and so like that was kind of the point to begin with. But like when there's not that many mistakes to make, or when the ranges aren't that complicated, it doesn't matter that much. But as the complexity gets bigger and the mistakes get bigger and the exploits get bigger, then streaming cuts into your ROI more. So
is it sustainable?
So I think yes. But so because streaming, right, depending on how big you are, like I mean Lex has probably what, like at least 8,000, 9,000.
You're literally talking about like Lex, and then who else is?
I mean, even like Easy with Aces.
Okay, Fenn how did Fenn do today, by the way?
I think he was still in it.
Was he really?
I think so. Yeah, he was crushing.
Anyway.
But anyway, but here's the thing, right? And here's the issue is in the US market, like, I mean, who are your big US streamers?
But no one, because that's because
right. It's because the legal space is like,
no, I really think that's,
and so like streaming is not like streaming poker and playing full time is not sustainable because the US poker market isn't large enough, because online poker is in such a gray, shady area.
Right.
And so until poker in the US gets out of that space, yeah, no, Pav for sure, but Pav's not US.
Where's Pav live? Canada?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Interesting.
Yeah. So until US poker moves out of that space, then it's not going to be sustainable,
Yeah, I
right?
don't.
It's not until Party Poker, right? They've got the Party Poker team with, all sorts of, there's like what, like 7, 8, 9, 10 streamers on that team. Like that is then sustainable. But until Party Poker moves into the US markets, until Poker Stars moves into the US markets, the US, not just being New Jersey, Delaware, and Nevada, you know, then no.
I don't know if we ever see it in our lifetime either, but I also thought we'd never see legalized weed, so I could be completely wrong. We could be like 5 years away. We could be 50 years away. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think you're right. I think it does hurt there, since the legal status is like people don't even bother thinking that it is a thing, right? Because when you go when you go play live poker, you most of the people I talk to at the table, obviously I talk at the table. Most people you talk to don't even know that like live like online poker still exists. They're like, "Oh, I thought that was dead years ago." And so I think even for someone to even stumble upon your poker stream is probably a lot less likely, just because people
Sure.
aren't even aware that it exists.
I mean, just the fact, right? That like if PokerStars wants to tweet out GJ Reggie or Pieface or like whoever they want to tweet out, like I mean that tweet's gonna hit
Yeah.
30,000, 40,000, 50,000 accounts.
Yeah, when I tweet out, it hits 10 people.
So I mean, without that like just raw marketing capability.
Yeah, it's super true. It's kind of sad. It's really sad. I don't like it.
I mean, ACR has that power,
They do, but they listen.
to a less extent.
For
right?
anyone
I mean,
that's
like Long Car's got a good stream going on. Like there's things that exist, but it's obviously not to the effect of like a Pav or
all the people that stream on ACR though, that are from America, are fucking boring, bro. I'm sorry. Like it's not entertaining. I saw that you joined the Play USA thing, and I actually saw on the side that they're actually like sponsored by Global and Chumba, which was interesting. But that's not what I'm talking about. Like the guy I watched though, I don't know who it was. I mean, I'm not trying to dog on your boys or anything, but it was just not entertaining. And
I mean, everyone's got their
right. No, maybe that's just my that's just me thinking. I have an idea of what is entertaining, and it might not be the same. As
what Tizzle thing? I'm surprised you find my stream entertaining. Hell,
is
it your style? My
no. But I do enjoy, like, you're just I don't know. I know your backstory too, though, so it might have something to do with it. Like, I don't think that Lex is necessarily entertaining. I don't think that Jamie Staples is necessarily.
Man, he's calling them all out. He's calling.
No,
them
I'm
out
just saying. No, I'm just saying. Like,
none of these guys can hang. None of these guys can hang.
But there's something. No, you didn't let me finish.
It's being revived by this
finish.
conversation. None of them can do it as good as me.
What are you talking about? I don't even stream anymore. Like, I obviously gave up. No, but what I'm saying is, like, I still watch Jamie Staples' YouTube highlights. I still watch Lex Veldhouse YouTube. So there is something that I must find entertaining about it, even though But those are, you take like the top 5 people, and then there's no one else. But I think that there's the rat race that is Twitch. It happens with everything. Like, if the next best game comes out and Shroud or Dr. Disrespect picks it up, then it's just you're pretty much fucked. Like, you can't really. Like, I guess it's a game of edges. Even streaming is a game of edges, and that's why I asked you at the beginning. Like, do you or in the middle is it sustainable, and could you ever see yourself like trying to make content that isn't poker, which is what I've obviously decided to do, which is obviously my personal choice. And plus, I am burnt out on poker. I'm not burnt out on necessarily creating content, but I am it just wasn't sustainable, because poker is such a long grind, especially if you're playing ACR 10, 12 hours a night. Like, it's just gotta be like, eventually you're gonna take a break, right? Like, I'm not talking about a substantial break, but I'm talking like, a couple days off. But I guess you do that every Monday and Tuesday.
Monday and Fridays.
When do you have time for girls?
I don't have time for girls.
What do you mean you don't have time for girls?
I don't have time for anything.
It's been a few months now. We need to get out.
I don't understand my schedule, okay? This is my schedule, okay? I wake up 6:30, boom, get the work going, boom, take a nap. I take a nap at 4 o'clock to be up by 7:30 so that I can grind from 8 to like 1.
I used to do this shit, bro, and it sucked so bad.
It wasn't fun. That was what, but like it's fine, because like, I don't know. Like that's always been my mentality. It's like whatever, we're grinding. Like whatever, we'll figure it out. You know. Like I don't I don't have a TV in my apartment, Tizzle. That's my choice. There's a TV hookup right there. I have a nice ass apartment. Let me tell you, I have marble countertops, sir. That's how you know you've made it. When you look in the kitchen, there's some goddamn marble countertops. Okay? But you know what? I don't want to sit on the couch that I don't have. And
you don't have a wait, hold on. Now we have to go through the furniture that is in your house. All right,
I don't have a couch.
I'm gonna give you the rundown. So you have a desk.
I have a desk.
You have a computer.
I have a computer.
I'm gonna say you're a little bit too good for a Casper mattress because those come out of a box. So
I have a purple mattress.
Oh, I've heard about those. How do you like that? Actually,
it's very nice. My bed is more expensive than my computer, and I think that's a good idea.
Are you still? You have a desktop, or are you streaming on a laptop?
No, I have a nice tower. It's nice.
TGB, if you only played global, you could be in bed by 11. Yeah, and you would win like $1,000.
I'll have you know, I'm down 4K on global since September started.
You want to know why?
It's because they turned the rig off. I was actually a losing player the whole time, or they doom switched
You can
me.
choose.
It's my ELO.
You can choose.
Is it my ELO?
You can choose one. You can choose one or the other. TGB. Would you like to play on every site or give away $43 exclusively to stream global? It's a fucking
no. It's my ELO. My ELO score is too high. They have to downswing me.
By the way, this dude has no couch in his apartment. So here we're going back through the furniture. So we have computer, we have desk, we have bed.
Yep.
I'm gonna say since you have those marble countertops, you have to have 2 bar stools, right?
No, I do not.
Well, the fuck do you stand at the marble countertop and just look at it?
No, I cook in it.
Oh, it's a kitchen. No, I was thinking like maybe you have like
it's a kitchen.
A marble countertop like separate from the kitchen. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, it's a large kitchen.
But
and then I have a beautiful dining room table. It has glass. It has tempered glass.
Wait, so you have a dining room table? Does it have chairs?
Yeah, it has 6 chairs.
So
I rotate the seat that I sit in. And then the 7th day I eat here and I watch Twitch streams.
Do you have a coffee table?
No, I do not.
Okay, so there's just nothing in the living room. No TV. It's just like an
There's
empty
a yoga
room.
mat. There's a yoga mat in the living room.
Wait, you do yoga?
I do yoga now.
I do like yoga. Yeah. It's pretty interesting. Global wasn't paying you at all. Man, it's a tough world out there. Laugh out loud.
It is a tough world. He's not wrong.
Mom, he's admitted to at least having a dining room table. Now,
and 6 chairs.
So we're gonna have to up this game. Like
I put it together myself. Thank you. I mean, I didn't build it, but like I screwed. Like I did the screws, the whole thing. It wasn't IKEA, but it was. It took me a good couple hours to get all the chairs. And then I don't know if you ever know this, but when you put the chairs together, they don't just like auto balance themselves. Like who knew? You have to be like very careful. So I had to take them apart and then reassemble them when I realized that I put them all together wrong.
That's the only.
Like I was following instructions, so I was doing it right. And then next thing you know, I put all the chairs down and I sit down for the first time. I'm like, Jesus, this is terrible.
This is the only reason that I'm for tariffs in China, so they stop sending us that shit that doesn't actually go together just right. Something just a little bit off.
I was tightening one screw more than the other screw. So
no, but something like you gotta jam that shit in there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit off. It's just a little bit off, and they don't give a fuck. I
don't think that this is from China, so there's that too.
All right, so basically, you're saying you don't have time for ladies at all?
I don't have time, dude. Like I said, like my life is about the grind right now, right? Like I mean, like this is I don't know. It's not necessarily the life I chose, but it's like where we are now, you know? Like it's where we are, and like whatever. Like until, like this is where I am, and this is what I'm doing, and until I figure out a different direction to go, like this is where we're gonna be.
I can get behind that. The man knows what he wants at least.
I'm having fun. Like I'm having a good time. I'm having fun.
That's all that matters. So. I'm having a good time too.
At least I was having fun until I punted 3K in 3 days, and I was like, this isn't fun at all. I was supposed to win the 13K. I was supposed to.
Yes, you're supposed to win.
I laid in my bed. I talked to Play USA. I laid in my bed and I'd said, man, this is going to be incredible. Now I'm going to be at a table with professionals and me, and there's going to be 13K up top, and I'm going to win the 13K on stream, and I'm going to go, I'm the greatest. And then instead, there were 12 professionals and me at the table, and I punted, but I didn't think it was a punt at the time until I had a bunch of people tell me, hey, dude, that was a punt. And I was like, it wasn't a punt. And they were like, for sure it was a punt. And I was like, crap. you know?
So how do you? So like obviously that has to also like I was talking to you a couple weeks ago, and that also has to like grind on your mind too. There's a bunch of people watching your content and staying tuned to your content and maybe even subscribing, but talking shit about like the content that's actually happening. So from a poker perspective, one of the most like the times you see defensive or players get defensive the most is when someone actually like either A criticizes their play, outright tells them it's fucking bad, or C like has, you know, well, you should have done this, I would have done this, blah blah. That has to like
Chat pros.
so like how does that come into play? Does it ever upset you? I mean, emotionally sometimes it has to get to you. I don't know if it does, but
It has gotten to me. It typically doesn't.
okay.
So it was during the GOAT series because I streamed like 38 or something consecutive days. I don't remember the number, but it was like, that was stupid. It was stupid. I've done a lot of stupid.
No, I think it was like 32 days or something.
Whatever it was. Like
it was way too
the GOAT
long.
series was 32, but I had streamed consecutive days before that. So I think the total ended up being like 38 or 39 that I streamed consecutive.
Dear Lord, I would have passed out.
But so there was a point in that. I think it was the PLO. I think it may have been the PLO event, or like maybe, I don't think it was the PLO. But anyway, it was an event, and I was like openly admitting, like, I'm not good at this. Like, I suck at this. Like, we're sunriding. Like, it's fine. Like, we're getting lucky, and it's wonderful. And like, hooray us that we're getting super lucky, you know? And people were like, oh, you're playing PLO so bad, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I said that I was. Like, what do you want from me? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I like misread my hand like 3 times during that tournament. I was like, I think I have the nuts. And somebody's like, no, King Jack's the nuts. Jack Nine's not the nuts. What's wrong with you? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, man. We're guessing out here.
Oh my god.
You know, I'm taking like shit lines and like getting folds. And so it's like, you know, but I don't think it was that. I think it was a different one. It may have even been like the turbo event. It was something I was good at. And people were like, oh, you should have done this. You should have done that. And it's the funniest thing, Tizzle. It's the funniest thing. And see, I called you Tizzle. Tizzle's not dead. He's getting revived.
It's fine.
It's the funniest thing because no one gives a shit when you're, you know, when you're starting out the tournament and there's 500 people left in the field, right? And then you grind and you know, and you produce like winning results and you're consistently winning and you're doing these things, right? And then you start playing higher buy-ins and you start doing these things. And you get, you know, 20 left, you get 10 left, you get to a final table. And now all of a sudden there's like everyone on Twitch wants to come and tell you how to play the final table. And it's like, where were you guys when there were 500 people when I was grinding through the damn tournament, huh? How do you think that suddenly me with my results is going to listen to you, Joe Schmo in the mom's basement, you know, grinding their 10 cent, 50 cent, you know, MTTs, you know, like.
I mean, it goes to show in anything in life, when you put yourself out there or you try to like be yourself or share anything with anybody, there's always some fucking asshole that's going to cut you down. And Mama Tizzle used to tell me, either suck it up or punch him in the face. That's I remember I got beat up for the first like 6 weeks of 3rd grade. I got beat up by Evan Hobegger, complete fucking little prick asshole. And eventually I was taller than this dude, and I could have beat him up, but obviously I'm not the fighting type. But I came home like after 2 or 3 days of this happening at recess. This dude would just like push me on the ground and like yell at me and all this stuff. And my mom goes, I don't want to hear it unless you hit him back or you suck it up and just take it. Like that was that. So I learned at an early age that you put yourself out there. You're a little quirky. You're not normal. Like people are going to be offended or jealous, probably both at some point. But anytime you put yourself out there, someone's always going to be there to cut you down. And you know, I never cared that people were talking shit when I was streaming. I mean, that's just my I'm just not. But I get it though. Like anytime, but in real life though, if people talk shit to me, you best believe that I get very defensive and I will start cutting people. You know, like my emotion comes out. But yeah, it's just so weird though. It's like, well, you're not streaming, you're not showing this shit. Like, why do you? If you click on a link to go watch something, why are you even bother like cutting it down? Like, we're in this whole like vicious cycle now in society, and Facebook and Twitter are probably responsible. Like, but anytime someone posts anything, you know, you have that one friend that you're Facebook friends with, just because you want to see them comment on strangers' posts and get into fights with them. I do it all the time in the poker forum. It's the same shit. Like but we've got into this cycle where it's like, well, I just have to one up this person and I can't stop talking. Like, how did we get there? Like the internet is good. It's like a double-edged sword at this point. And for content creators, it's got to be the toughest, because you say and for celebrities too, you say the wrong shit on Twitter, you say the wrong shit on Facebook, your career is over. Like, unfortunately, I can talk about whatever I want with you right now, because there's 11 people watching, and I also don't give a shit. What YouTube gonna shut me down?
Yeah,
shut me down.
I'm reporting you to YouTube right now.
Are you?
Yeah,
for what, cutting you down?
Yes, that's right. That's exactly what I'm reporting you for.
There was a couple other things that I want to ask you, but I don't remember. I've gone off tangent now.
Such a professional interviewer here. Forgetting his own questions.
Well, fucking 40 minutes, Jesus! Come on, bro. This is high quality content.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's this.
I'm just trying to figure. So now after you've made that post, we're gonna cut back the volume. We're gonna still stream 4 days a week. Yeah.
I'm probably still gonna stream 5, to be honest. Like, my plan right now is to grind $5 to $20 buy-ins on every site, and just like literally, it's like this massive, cool, like, bankroll challenge for me now.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
are you gonna be the first streamer to complete one? Oh wait, that was me.
Wow, you're so cool.
I'm just kidding. No. Are you like actually gonna try to take it to completion?
Yeah, I mean, that's the game plan. Okay. We'll see. Obviously, like I said, like, until I find, whatever else is in the world, whatever is in the world. But like, it would be really cool to be able to say I beat every site.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be really cool, because there's not a lot of streamers. Obviously, there's like near zero. I don't think there's anyone that streams all 4. Because some people are like really vendetta against ACR.
Well, that's because, I mean,
there's lots of. Oh, don't get me wrong. I still post. I get in the money in ACR. I say in the money ACR. 10K.
But
whatever.
they can take it back.
ACR sucks. Parentheses, ACR sucks.
I mean,
this is not me supporting ACR. Period. ACR sucks. Like, I've said this like 4 or 5 times on stream. Phil Nagy would have to pay me a lot of money to put in my butt. I'm just throwing that out there.
Dude, Phil Nagy is literally the worst spokesman for any company ever. And the way that they handle the reason why like people have a vendetta against ACR is because it's just not good. It's just not good.
There's nothing funnier to me than the fact that Joey Ingram got like a 17-cent refund when they did the bot discovery thing.
When he's probably gambled thousands and thousands of dollars of rake, if not tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe even 6 figures worth of rake.
Speaking of which, do you know the last time ACR caught a bot? I'm not sure.
No, but I also, like I said, am not playing poker, which is sad. Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. Like, yeah, I decided, like, it's just live poker is fun, and I think I discussed this on my first little episode.
They haven't caught a bot since May 15th. It's almost like it was just a PR stunt to begin with. Imagine.
When's the last time they canceled a tournament and shut down the site? Yesterday.
They found on May 6th, they banned, it looks like 22, 23 bots. They haven't caught one since May 15th.
But this is what happens in an unregulated world with anything.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Before we started talking, I literally saw an article, and I told you this before we went live. The health department in the state of Massachusetts is now declared a health emergency, or whatever the fuck they call it. And they are literally walking into people that are selling vape juice and e-cigarettes and making them shut down, close their doors. 4 months. No evidence. All they have is the 530 cases with the 6 people that have died. Literally more people have died from E. coli yesterday because they ate some bad shit at McDonald's. But at the same time, the FDA approved, over the weekend, the FDA approved a vape pen that is created by Philip Morris, and it has been FDA approved, and it's going to market. I mean, this is what happens when shit is regulated versus unregulated. It's all about the money. So ACR must be pulling in some coin from somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's probably not from poker. There's some illegal shit going on there.
No, they're pulling a lot of money from poker too.
I'm just saying, like, it's in, like, if it was regulated, it would be different. They would not be able to get away with this shit because people would have options. Once you start, once people, are limited in their options, they really have no choice. So ACR just keep their thumb on people, and it's the same thing with tobacco. It's the same thing with Big Chicken. By the way, this is a shout out. If you guys have not watched it yet, Morgan Spurlock came out with the Super Size Me 2, and it's about Big Chicken. Very interesting. You guys should watch that.
You should tag him in your tweet when you post the video, and then maybe you'll get more than 100 views on this.
Frost Advisory, they don't run long enough anymore to catch a bot. It's probably pretty sustainable. So like you're gonna stream 5 nights a week. Let's go back to this. 5 nights a week.
Yep.
But you're not streaming poker every stream, right?
So I might stream every night, and we stream poker 5 nights. I really like the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday grind is really good. Like, I really like that schedule. I had a lot of fun streaming chess. No one watches me stream chess because I'm bad.
I'm so bad at chess.
Thing, right? Like, this is something that we're also aware of. No one wants to watch someone that's bad at something.
That's true.
Everyone want to watch someone that's really good at it, right? Very true. Like, there's like GMs and stuff that are like big time, and they get like 200, 300 views. I am not a chess grandmaster. 200,
300 views and you're a grandmaster. That shows you how many people don't want to see chess played
this is
either.
True, right? but I mean, like obviously the big dogs in poker, the big dogs in, it doesn't matter the game. If you're really good, you're going to get a lot of views, and if you're not good, you're not going to get a lot of views.
Right.
But whatever, because I'm terrible at chess. We have so much fun on that stream. Because in poker, I'm sitting here, I'm grinding like, 6, 5, 10 tables. So like if I make a big call or like I win a big flip or like whatever, like I can barely celebrate because it's like whatever. Like I got 4 other hands I have to make decisions on. But like when I'm playing chess, I win a chess match. That's it, man. You don't multi-table chess. So I'm sitting in the back dancing around, having a blast. Just like, oh, we got him. Like I've had the craziest comeback win because I'm terrible, which means I'm playing against people that are also terrible,
right?
Which means they make massive errors and I make massive errors, and then just whoever makes the less massive errors ends up winning. And so like I make a stupid play and they make 2 stupid plays and I win, and so we're jumping around having a blast. Like, he screwed that up so bad. Meanwhile, unsurprisingly, right? Like everyone in chat is like better than I am. So they're like, hey, that was a bad game. You did poorly. And I'm like, but I won though.
I'm results oriented now. Shut up.
Yeah, right? Like whatever. I don't care. So that's a lot of fun. And then I really enjoyed streaming Super Mario Maker.
Yeah,
I bought a lot of stuff to stream Super Mario Maker, and I streamed it for like a week. So I need to get back into that for sure. And then TFT. I also, what'd you say?
TFT.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, Teamfight Tactics, and then like Marbles is always fun to stream. But I don't know. I can't really do. I don't think I could be like a consistent Marble streamer. Like there are people that
is that a thing?
Oh yeah.
Wait, what? Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
People are not watching, and people do play marbles for hours.
I promise.
They're fucking
Daveness 85. Check out Daveness 85. His marble stream is so fun. I go in there like, I don't know, less frequently than I should. And I watch his stream. He makes it so fun. He's got like all sorts of like different things. He's so about marbles. They made a marble of like, he has a marble. Like you can buy the Daveness marble. It's of his cat.
The world's going to shit. There is fucking
it's so fun.
2,000 people watching marbles right now.
Told you. See?
There's
probably more people watching marbles than chess.
There's more people watching marbles than are watching this fucking stream, I can tell you that.
That's true.
All right. Well, I mean, I think we've said enough. We've said it all.
We've said it all.
I think this is a good ending point because I actually, my brain is just like slipped out of my head now because you said that people watch marbles for hours.
It's a lot of fun. I promise you.
Okay.
Spend 10 minutes tonight watching if Daveness 85 is live. Spend 10 minutes watching Daveness 85, and you'll be like, I have to watch another 10 minutes. I have to enter this race.
He's streaming right now.
I bet he is. He streams marbles consistently.
Oh my god, I can't.
It's a lot of fun. Great
All
stream.
right, so I know you're gonna be streaming right after this some team fight tactics. You're probably gonna
I
eat.
don't know what I'm streaming yet.
You're gonna go eat
And I
at
don't
your
know if I'm
dining room
streaming now
table.
either.
Which chair?
Here's the problem, dude. Here's the problem that you have to understand is I really enjoyed team fight tactics, but I'm not, like we were talking about, like I'm not good. Like I'm terrible right now. Like I still don't even know what items combo with what items, you know? So like I got to figure all my shit out, and then I can stream team fight tactics. And then when the chat pros come in, I can go, hey, chat pros, eat a dick. I'm ranked, you know, platinum 2 or whatever the things are that are the things in team fight tactics. And then they can go, oh yeah, well, I'm platinum 17 and a half, and I think that's out of order. I think the lower numbers are better. But that's beside the point.
No, the higher number is better.
Like whatever, and then I can just go the same thing I do in poker, where I'm like, oh yeah, give me your username, show me your Stark scope, like go eat a dick. Like you're like you can't talk, you know.
My boy.
Right now, because I'm terrible. So I would go and I would play team fight tactics, and then the chat pros would be like, oh, like, you know, I'm whatever this, and I'd be like, I don't even know what that is.
I'll come play with you though. I'll teach you the ropes.
Oh yeah, and you would crush me too, but that's fine.
But think about it like this. It's eight random people, right? If you play with me,
right,
and actually my normal elo, like in normal games, is actually really low because I don't play normals, so it'd actually be matched like pretty evenly against the player pool, but.
I gotta figure it out though. See, like this is what I do.
No, the only way to figure it out is to go
poker.
play.
This is what I do with Sitting Goes too. Is I like figuring my shit out. You know, like I'm like, all right, you know, like I don't know how to do this thing. I don't know how to do X, and I'm gonna figure it out.
All right.
And then I figure it out, and then I'm good at it.
So why do you stream chess?
I'm getting better at chess. I'll have you know my rating is 150 points higher from like 2 months ago.
I don't even know what that means.
That's a very impressive ratings increase.
All right.
Okay. In a year, I actually thought about taking action that I'd be 1,200 by the end of the year.
I'll take
and then
that
I was
action.
like, and then here's the thing: I got too good too quickly, and I couldn't take action on it anymore because no one would take it because they were like, oh, like right now I'm 1,100. I could 100% improve my rating 100 points.
I don't even know what a good chess rating is, so you're talking foreign to me. I'll give you action in TFT. Play it for 2 weeks and then come back to me and tell me what rank you think you're going to be, and I'll take that action.
Okay.
And like I said, I'll play with you. If you want me to, like, I'll send you some other stuff like I did before as well.
For sure. I still got to watch that video.
That's a playlist. There's a lot of videos.
Oh, very good. Even better.
But the greatest thing about TFT is that you can sit there and watch that video while you're playing TFT because it's not – there are some spots where you can, like, you know, look away.
I mean, every single time, I swear to God, that game would take 15 minutes if they turned the battle animation off. I know that's stupid. I know that's the whole point. Like, I know that's like why people like it is because like, oh, you know, you watch the battle, whatever. But like, the game's decided, like whatever. Like the thing happened, you know. Like I get it. I get why they have that. But like I could just set up my piece and I could say, you know, TGB lost, and then we move on to the next round. Like I don't need to watch the thing go. Like what? Like. I mean, like, I get it. It's the same reason that, like, Global takes 15 years on the run out, and sometimes they freeze the damn river card. It's like, oh, God.
That's the rig. That's the rig. They got to type in the ELO.
Oh, my God. That's right. They got to type in the ELO. But it's the same thing. You know, like, I don't need to see the run out. Yeah, whatever. Sure, I got in, you know, Ace King versus Ace Queen. Like, he's going to bink 28% of the time. Whatever. Like, show me which way the chips go. You know? Bet Online is so fast. I know.
I've played. Global, yeah. You don't even have to sweat.
Like,
there isn't even a sweat.
And Bet Online, it's like the card, the money gets in, it's like, there's the run out, and it's like, oh God, oh wow. Like I don't even have time to think about like, oh no, I'm down to, you know, a flush draw and a gutter, or like I don't even have time for that. I just like, all right, like, you know, the money, I like click the all in button, the person hits call, I'm looking over there at some other table. Next thing you know, the chips are going to him because I've been running really bad, you know?
Sure. Yeah, I get it. All right, well, we'll give you 30 seconds for the plug since you were the first guest ever on my newest adventure. So we'll give you 30 seconds to give the plugs, and then we'll close it out officially.
This is a new, and I'm getting, you're paying for hair plugs for me? That would be so nice.
Yeah, you need those too.
I appreciate the plugs. I appreciate the plugs.
No wonder you stopped looking for fucking girls.
But yeah, anyway, everyone here knows me, hopefully. If not, check out TheGoldenBlazer. I guess, truth be told to future viewers, when he becomes a future C-list celebrity, you'll look back and you'll say, who's this random nobody that Adam Tull was talking to? It's me. I'm probably still streaming poker. I've probably busted my bankroll. So come watch me play the 50-cent $1 tournaments over on Party Poker now that poker is legal here in 2028. So welcome everyone. I'm still hanging out on Twitch, twitch.tv/TheGoldenBlazer. Go check it out. I might be selling plasma for my buy-ins, but we do what we got to do. We do what we got to do.
All right.
Hopefully it's the bots. The bots stole my money.
I think you went past your 30 seconds. All right. Thank you so much, TGB. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it as well.
Hey, and if you guys have nothing else better to do tonight, he'll probably be streaming TFT because I already know he's an addict.
You should have something better to do. Don't watch me. Go do something with your life. Don't watch me play a game that I'm bad at, please.
Give him a reason to go find a lady. All right, we'll talk to you later, man.
Oh, man. See you later.
All right, peace.